Well, hey now, everybody. It's the Rob from Kiss 106, along with my tag team partner in podcasting, the dog-faced gremlin himself, Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
Good morning. Hold on. I'm echoing.
How are you?
I'm echoing. Hold on.
Okay. You're good.
And
I could watch this all day.
there we go. All right. I caught it early, though, huh?
I appreciate you, pal. How's it going?
Caught it early. I'm distracted because I had a really terrible day yesterday, and I've been bothered by it the entire time. I'm haunted.
What's up? I don't know this story.
Went to my mother's house yesterday for her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mrs. Valeri.
75 years. Happy birthday, pal. So we go to my mom's house swimming, and everybody's there. And at one point, her dog gets into a nest of baby bunnies.
Oh, my gosh. Do I have a story that can go with this? And
so, my sister saw it, and the kids didn't see it. My sister saw it. She was like, "Jer, there's a dead baby bunny," and we're talking little baby bunny on the sidewalk. Sparky got, and then there's another one like Armin crawling through the yard, and you gotta get rid of it. Why am I elected to get rid of this dead bunny? So I go over and I'm like, okay, fine. I've dispatched of dead birds and stuff before. I can do this, and so I get a shovel and I put the baby bunny on the shovel and I'm going to the shed and guess who's not dead?
The bunny.
Baby bunny's not dead. The baby bunny's bloody. The baby bunny, his legs are all going in different directions. The baby bunny is making sounds and I mean the baby bunny's not dead though. But so now I have choices. What do you do? What do I do? Like I know the humane thing I think is take care of it, right?
Oh no, I was gonna if its legs are going every which way and it's going to die, I would put it out of its misery.
Well, that's what I mean by take care of it.
Oh, okay,
You got to take care of it. And so I was like, I have choices. I've never killed an animal. I've never accidentally hit an animal with my car. I've gone hunting once because that's what the good old boys do, but I never actually shot anything. And so I joke that I'm a sociopath. Clearly I'm not. I'm standing at my mother's shed crying now, hoping no one sees me. I've got a baby bunny. Do I leave it in the yard and let the yard handle it? Let nature do its thing? Do I put it in the hole and then bury it alive like it had a match with The Undertaker at Survivor Series? Or do I go ahead and take the top of that shovel and just Game of Thrones that thing and give it the old Ned Stark? I went with the last option. It was very hard, and I just kind of put the shovel and I just looked up and I just went, ugh, and it was the worst. It was the worst. And then I go up into the yard. My daughter's holding another baby bunny. She's like, "I've named it Sugarbean, and we're gonna keep it." And I was like, "We can't keep the bunnies. I killed its brother."
Oh man! So I have a story that's so recent. It was the day before my parents got here, so it was just like 3 weeks ago. We let Roxy out, and when we called her back in, she wouldn't come. She was distracted by something in the yard.
Sure.
I go over there. It's dark outside, and I see that she's interested in a dead baby bunny. And my logical thought was that Roxy had killed the bunny.
Yeah.
And that's not what I think happened, because when I went out to take care of dead bunny, 7 dead bunnies. 7.
You had like a Tasmanian devil in your yard.
I think I had mowed the grass that day. 7 dead baby bunnies. And I think it was me and not the dog. And I didn't even realize it until Jared, it felt awful.
Was it like a bunny smoothie? Like, did you chop them up?
They were very dead bunny looking.
Look at us with blood on our hands. Look at us.
The good Lord knows it was an accident for me.
Yeah, I hope the good Lord knows that mine was a mercy move. Like it wasn't. I wasn't getting jollies out of this. I'm haunted by a baby bunny.
Haunted is the right word. I had tears in my eyes too. It was when I realized that I had done that, or even that my dog had done it to one. It felt terrible. And then I had to clean up the corpse of 7 baby bunnies that I had probably accidentally taken their life from.
Then my brother-in-law shows up, and I wish he had just been there because he's a farmer. He has a farm. He rides around on his 4-wheeler with a gun looking for groundhogs so he can shoot them. And so, like, he would have happily just done this. I think this is just a move that...
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, my God. I feel bad for you too, pal. So that's where we are. It's murdering bunnies. You and me.
Between the two of us, 8 dead baby bunnies in June.
The head count keeps coming. Oh my God. There are rambling rabbit jokes we could make here.
So
we can make rambling rabbit jokes now because every time Rambling Rabbit dies in the Firefly Funhouse, he comes back to life. So maybe these bunnies will come back to life too. Let
me get things started. I think with a story out of left field for you. I think I'm going to surprise you here.
Okay.
Mike just posted this in the Post to Post show, or in the Post to Post universe Facebook page. I went to WWE.com to confirm it is there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. What's happening?
Let me read to you a news story from that page. I want to read it word for word.
And WWE is confirming it already. So it's not a rumor.
What he posted was a link from WWE.com, and I followed it, and it's legit.
Let's hear it.
Not a rumor. And I believe this will excite you as it is me.
Not a rib.
Not a rib. Here we go. Headline. WWE names Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff executive directors of Raw and SmackDown Live.
Wow.
I get the impression Paul Heyman will run Raw, storyline-wise, and Eric Bischoff will run SmackDown, is the impression I got.
That's my question. Is it storyline run? Or because they both have the capabilities to just grab a book and go.
You know what? I'd have to see how it handles, but you know what? You could be right because, if any one of those were in booking positions, that wouldn't be crazy.
No. Eric, I don't think ever really... Did Eric ever handle the book as much as just he handled the production of the show and he allowed... I know he's famous for letting Kevin Nash run it into the dirt, but before that, he wasn't doing the book, was he? Or was he with WCW?
I think he was booking the main event stuff and the big stuff, and I think that he would hand things off to whether it be Nash or Sullivan or whatever. But no, I would say that he booked, in my opinion.
But Heyman had the book. I'm sure he collaborated with Dreamer and some of the ECW originals, but Heyman, ECW was his book.
For me, it's fair to say that Heyman was ECW's Vince McMahon and Bischoff was WCW's Vince McMahon.
Sure. So this is interesting from either perspective, whether it's just TV or it's behind the scenes or if it's a mix of both. This doesn't seem like it can be a bad thing for me. Although I'm going to say, by saying that they're executive directors of Raw and then ones of SmackDown, it indicates that they're keeping the brand split, whereas the shows aren't showing me that at all. That
was even part of the article said to further separate the brands or something like that. It was some verbiage I read.
Well, they're talking about that, but they've got Alexa Bliss going after the SmackDown Women's Championship again, and she's a Raw superstar. They've got Raw superstar Samoa Joe going after the WWE Heavyweight Champion Kofi Kingston, which is a SmackDown superstar. They have Roman Reigns, who is a SmackDown superstar, doing a Raw storyline primarily with Shane McMahon on Raw. It doesn't even show up on SmackDown. I mean, it's like,
Jeff, if we're going to start listing times where they've broken the brand split just in the past month, we're going to be here for a while.
I know, but they're breaking it in like such an egregious way that it seems like they're trying to erase the brand split gradually. But this move indicates that they're not. So I mean, it's very inconsistent. It's very inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how this plays out. Has Roman Reigns, remember when he went over to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup? Was there ever a Raw he didn't appear on since then?
Not ever. But there have been SmackDowns that he wasn't on.
Is that right?
That's what I'm saying. It's nuts.
That's great. That's great.
But yeah,
that's the most great. WWE 2019 thing we've said in a while. Since being drafted to SmackDown, Roman Reigns has appeared on more Raws than SmackDowns. That is absolutely factual. All right. Well, I watched SmackDown this week. Sorry we couldn't bring you an episode yesterday. I had baby stuff to do. And it actually wound up being dog stuff to do too.
Yeah, well, you got a new dog. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm so happy with this.
3 dogs and a baby, pal.
Whatever.
You're busy.
Man. I can make it work.
I've been in your home, and there's a lot of love to give. There's enough love for everybody. It's going to be great.
Thanks, pal. I appreciate it.
It's going to be good. I was glad that we had a day off because I watched SmackDown yesterday because for the second night in a row, I got to smash.
2 nights in a row. Guys, we need to give Jerry Valeri a round of applause. Hold on, I got to switch the camera, but we need to give the man a round of applause.
She must be cheating on me. Like that. There's got to be an explanation in there. But it started happening again. She just started like messing around and insisting we go upstairs. And the next thing I know, I worked myself into a shoot.
What do you mean? Does it mean what I think it means?
Yeah, let's just say it didn't. It wasn't a clean finish.
Okay, so what I would think that means is before you smashed, you may have taken a sledgehammer to a side of beef.
No. What I mean by that, I just meant like we worked me into a shoot, like a shoot. You know, a shoot.
Okay.
You know, like it shoots.
Okay, I'm with you.
That's how I meant. I just meant that
Well, for me, it's like for like the one time a year that she actually like wants it. Rest assured, it will always be within 45 minutes of my last summer sausage assault.
I've done that too. Like all of a sudden, I'm like, oh no! What? Oh, I just did an elbow drop to some Hickory Farms, and now you want some? I guess I'm gonna have to duct tape some popsicle sticks to it. Whatever it's gonna take to just to prop it up long enough to just do some business. Till we can work ourselves into a shoot.
I saw Benny. Benny was like, good for you for getting to the Tokyo Dome. He's not even in the parking lot. And I'll say to Benny, I'm banned from the building. Like literally, the doctor said I'm not allowed in the building. And I even did the math. Let's say Will comes when he's supposed to. And then the doctors still recommend 6 weeks of vaginal rest.
Sure. It's got to tighten back up.
November 3rd is the next time I'll be in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh my goodness! But you're gonna have to start watching some old tapes.
And I'm realizing, look at us talking in code, and probably everyone understand what we're talking about.
Everybody knows exactly what's going on. I feel like as far as like you're not allowed in the building, I'm like Roman Reigns on Raw. They can't get enough of me. Like I just keep showing up, although no one's calling me the big dog when that's happening.
Believe that.
Believe that.
Or perhaps a better comparison would be believe that.
I can't believe that. Yeah, but I'm telling you, she's like Al Snow.
That.
My wife's been like Al Snow. She just keeps doing all the jobs.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a head joke.
Oh, could have been.
Look at us rocking and rolling and using PG-13 verbiage.
Oh, it's the attitude era from a penis.
My bosses could be watching this and not even know we're being dirty until you said penis.
But rest assured, we're being dirty.
In a way that only wrestling geeks will understand.
I know. I trust me. I definitely know.
All right. That's why I love you. That's why I love this group that we've created. Let's talk about SmackDown because I think there's stuff to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to let you take the lead. I feel like I'm going to try hard to not just dump all over this crap-ola.
Interesting. Okay. Well, okay. I didn't think SmackDown was bad. It's suffering from... So it's funny because Raw has the same complaint every week from us in that it's too long. SmackDown has the same complaint from us every week in that a lot of the good stuff is a repeat from the night before. Like, it's really exciting to keep an eye out for the Bray Wyatt characters, but
which were harder to find this time, I thought.
Yeah, I caught one naturally and needed the internet to catch me up on one.
Huskus the Pig Boy was the easier of the two to find it.
Who was the one? No, I think it wasn't Huskus. Which one was behind Mandy and Sonya?
That was Ramblin' Rabbit.
That's the one I caught.
So I caught Huskus the Pig Boy because when Daniel Bryan and Rowan were walking to the ring, right over Daniel Bryan's left shoulder, Huskus the Pig Boy pops up. And it was that movement that caught my eye to it, and I backed it up, and I was like, there he is. Got him. But when Ramblin' Rabbit was just there, and because it was stationary, it looked like just something in the background. I did not catch it.
You
and
like
I was
what the Predator?
They found a way to have us intently watch those backstage segments like never before. I mean, people were probably frame by frame in those things.
Yep, and it makes me wonder, and I think the answer is no, but is it possible there's other things that we're missing? I don't think so. Like, that's all the characters pretty much, and I just know with how nerdy wrestling fans are, we're like Trekkies, but cooler than them. You know, I bet you we would have found whatever it was, but it makes you wonder, right?
Well, it makes me want to go back. I want someone with more time than me to go back, and I wonder if those sons of guns have been hiding for weeks.
I don't think so. Because those previous weeks had fun houses, and we would have seen it, I think. And
it seemed like with the last fun house, he was leaving the fun house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that it started this week. Curious to see if it continues next week. I expect it to. They're gripping us with this. This has been 5 stars in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know what postie I would give it, but it deserves a postie because it's definitely been amazing. It's been the best booked story they've had in a long time.
Yeah, just gripping. And also, when you factor in the expense, it has cost them, it's like not even 3 minutes a week of TV time.
Right.
You know, that was part of my thing about the tug of war was the tug of war. Yeah, I get everyone's point. Like, everyone seemed to disagree with me and saying that it was lame, which I get that it was lame. But it was such a small time investment that, like, who cares?
Sure. It's not like a 25-minute promo with Shane McMahon that leads to a 15-minute match.
Exactly. So that's what I was saying about the tug of war. It was different. It was quick. So whatever.
Also to the Bray Wyatt thing, and I'm sure we're preaching to the choir. I don't know. I haven't heard anyone that doesn't like this. I love how slow it's been. I mean, this has been slow cooking. For WWE standards, this is like the slowest build they've had in years. They usually they can't help but rush stuff. They did not rush this at all.
No, absolutely not. So we're so on board with this. I don't know. I hear Bruce and Conrad joking about Bruce writing these or producing these or whatever. I don't know if it's a Bruce production or not, but to everyone involved, it seems like every wrestling fan hooked with this.
Well, I keep reading that. I read one person write it, and now a lot of people are catching on that Bray Wyatt's debut will probably be July 8th because that was his debut on Raw 3 years ago, like to the day.
I mean, it's possible. I don't think that. I don't think that really matters, I guess.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Do you think Bruce is writing these? I think Abyss is writing these. Or Bray is writing these.
Yeah, Bray is the one who comes to mind first. So, but whatever's happening, this is the feeling that we wrestling fans yearn for. We love this feeling of not knowing what's going to happen. We love this feeling of being hooked. Like, this is what you were supposed to get all the time. Thank you for finally nailing this one.
Please, when Bray Wyatt comes back, you give him a year of eviscerating people. Like, I don't need him to be a champion. Just have him beating people. Have him be scary. Keep him scary. Keep him winning.
Yeah. You've got us all hooked. So, kudos.
Dude's over. Dude is over. There were other things on SmackDown I did enjoy, but for me, I just didn't enjoy all the 2 out of 3 falls, all of the same stipulations.
Let's jump to that. So, clearly, the things that we're reading about the production changes to the 2 out of 3 falls match, to the rounds, to the no action happens on commercials, there's clear validity to this.
Yeah, even though they did cut to commercial during a match, it was when they had the small screen, the split screen.
This isn't, I mean, it's not a terrible thing, but I don't need this.
I don't like the 2 out of 3 thing. I just don't like 2 in one night. They've got to find another way to frame it. Maybe another way to present it. I don't know.
Are rounds more your thing? Like, do you want them to take a break?
Rounds wouldn't bother me. It would take some getting used to. It would definitely take getting used to if they had rounds. But then, do you score the rounds? Like, is it like UFC all of a sudden?
It's just not necessary for me.
Right.
I don't hate it. Like, I mean, 2 out of 3 falls matches, I'm on a normal circumstance, I'm pro 2 out of 3 falls matches, but now that they're twice in a night, I'm not pro.
But it's almost, I almost treat them at this point like I do NBA games, because I like the NBA, but you don't need to watch till like the last 5 minutes because it's so back and forth usually. And it's the same with this. They book every 2 out of 3 falls the same way. Someone wins the first fall, then the other person wins the second fall, and now we have the match.
Yeah. Those first 2 falls do feel very anticlimactic.
Sure.
And then one thing I was thinking, did you know that way back in the day, like in the Bruno Sammartino days, I forget if it was every match or just title matches, but the WW, then WF, there was the 3 Ws, every match or title match was 2 out of 3 falls.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things that like it was just normal. And like I remember one time like I rented an old Starcade and like someone got knocked over the top rope and the match ended. And it's like you kind of forget, but like that was illegal back in the NWA. You couldn't knock somebody over the top rope. Just companies had their way of doing things. And yeah, but back like when Bruno was champ, every title match was 2 out of 3 falls.
You know, Jim Ross was talking about this on his new podcast with Conrad. He was talking about how Dusty Rhodes, and he was talking about rules. And wrestling used to have rules. And when you started taking the rules away, you stopped also taking away the ability for heels to get their heat in a natural way in a progression of a match. For instance, if you ran your opponent's head into the ring post, that was a disqualification. If you threw them over the top rope, that was a disqualification. You know, if you threw them into a table outside the ring, that was a disqualification. Now they're not. And so before it was like you could distract the ref and then boom into the ring post, and the match is still going on. Oh my God, it's such a cheat. That's heel stuff. When it just went all extreme all the time, they took away some of their storytelling abilities.
That's a really good point.
I don't think we need all the rules in the world, but nobody ever enforces a 10 count. No one ever enforces the 5 seconds in the corner or the rope break or the eye gouge. They only enforce the nut shot when it suits them. I don't know.
Those are fair observations. You know, back when I started watching wrestling, so like New Generation days, you would see a healthy number of countouts.
Yeah, countouts now they just seem like a cop out when you don't want to pick a winner. But I remember Ric Flair, the heat he would get, because he would just, if he started losing a match, he would just do that champion's advantage and like 4 horsemen his way out of there and just walk down the ring, the ramp. And like, I'm counted out. You don't get the championship. Kiss my butt. I'm Ric Flair.
Right.
Woo! And then eventually they build to a match where there's no countouts. And now that matters. That means something. I don't know. As I get older, I want more of that old school booking.
Oh, sure.
I just do. I don't know why.
Dude, Owen used to do it without a championship. And I mean, it'd be goofy because Owen's trying to count himself out. Why is the guy running to put him back in the ring? But the psychology was he was such an S-heel that the guy wanted to beat him up more. You know?
Yeah.
It was a cool kind of device. Owen would do that all the time. So what else from SmackDown? I'm trying to think. Well, what are some things you didn't like?
It was a lot of that. It felt like it was a Raw recap show. We were doing with a lot of Raw angles and a lot of Raw superstars. And I didn't understand the Dolph Ziggler thing again. Like, what do we need? I mean, Kofi even said it. How many times do I have to beat you?
Yeah.
It just felt like it wasn't important at all. Like there was nothing. I just spent the whole time thinking, okay, whatever. Here are things that I liked that came out of it. I think Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura are going to have a pretty good feud. Although I forgot Finn Balor had the Intercontinental title, and I forgot Shinsuke Nakamura worked there. And someone finally knocked on Aleister Black's door.
Which, in the most wrestling way, they just cut away from.
Right. I've read a rumor as to who it is, and if they're right...
I don't know any rumors.
Cesaro.
Interesting.
Those
why is that the rumor?
They're just saying that that's who the WWE wants to feud with Aleister Black first.
You know what else dawned on me?
I've also heard that it could be Bray Wyatt, but I hope that's not the case.
You know what else dawned on me? So,
what?
Tommaso Ciampa's hurt, right?
Yeah.
What happened to Gargano? He got called up too, right?
So he was called up at the same time as Ciampa. Then Ciampa got hurt, and then they kind of just put Gargano back on the NXT roster in that big role. And here's why I think that happened. All of a sudden, remember, they started pushing Aleister Black and Ricochet as a tag team for a little while. I think that was supposed to be DIY. I think they were trying to recreate the DIY and then the eventual breakup and that whole thing on the main roster.
Boy, that may have been smart then to put him back in NXT.
Just put him back in NXT until Ciampa gets there. I think that's what the move is. At least that's what I assumed. I didn't read it or hear it from anybody of authority.
Sure. No, I'm with you. Okay. And then I thought I had another question. Did they say is Extreme Rules? Is it Ziggler and Kofi again?
No, because he didn't beat him because Kofi got the 2 out of 3. So it's probably going to be Kofi and Samoa Joe. The 3 matches.
Oh, I'm sorry. They already booked that. That's already on the books.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
That'll be good.
That'll be very good.
Yeah, that's good.
That'll be good. And then you've got Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns and The Undertaker.
Okay.
Here we go.
I mean, okay, from a storyline point of view, I'm not upset about it. From a match quality point of view, I'm not excited for it.
And what's the other match that I thought was out of nowhere and weird?
If there's another match, we have Alexa and Bayley.
Yep.
Which is actually, this Nikki Cross thing is kind of working for me, to be honest. I liked how Nikki had to win to get the match for Alexa, and she did. I like that.
And she did, and she's doing a good job with that. I'm trying to get the whole card here.
I'm trying to think of what other matches there are. Oh, well, there's the tag match, the main event, the Rollins. And
the mixed tag. Yeah. So there are 5 matches confirmed. Roman Reigns, Undertaker versus Shane and Drew. The last chance winner take all mixed tag match between Rollins and Lynch and Corbin and Evans. The Universal blah, 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 blah. And great reporting, guys. Thanks. 5 matches, and they tell me 2 of them. You sons of bitches. I'm like, when the...
Wait, what about? Okay, I'll say this: if Balor Nakamura happens, I'm okay with that.
Drew Gulak and Tony Nese have been added.
You don't say.
You don't say. Bayley and Alexa Bliss.
I said that one.
Roman Reigns, Undertaker, McIntyre, McMahon, blah blah blah. Kingston and Samoa Joe. That could be great. That could be some real stuff. The mixed, and that's it. So that's it so far.
Okay. Well, it's not shaping up to be a pay-per-view of the year. That main event, I'm super out on. I don't care about this on any level, really. Which
one are they going to make the main event, do you think?
I think that one. What's the other consideration?
The Undertaker's there. I don't know. I mean, The Undertaker, every time The Undertaker's been on the last couple times, whether it's a WrestleMania against Roman Reigns, even if it's not the title match, Saudi Arabia shows, Undertaker's always going last. And so I don't know. Is that going to be the last match? It shouldn't be, but It could be.
I'm going to go ahead and say I predict the winner-take-all tag match will go last.
I feel bad for Kofi Kingston the way that I felt bad for AJ Styles. When AJ Styles had the WWE Heavyweight Championship and he was never the main event of a pay-per-view.
I don't think
and I was like,
Kofi is up, man. Kofi's doing well.
He's happy.
Yeah, Kofi's having the best year of his life. Nothing to feel bad about.
He is. He's having one hell of a career. And they keep talking about how old he is. Eventually, when this run is over, he probably won't be long for wrestling. Maybe a year or two, maybe a couple more years in the tank. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. He's not aging badly, but yeah, he's had a surprisingly lengthy career. Anything else we should mention, you think, or are we good?
Well, no, I was curious because you said things happened that you wanted to talk about. Did we talk about everything that happened?
Yeah, just everything that we talked about to me made an okay show. I
thought Raw was better.
I thought Raw was better too. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
I thought Stomping Grounds was worse than both of them.
Here, I'll say I agree with that too. I'll say this was the best SmackDown in a minute. It's been the best SmackDown of the past 4 or 5.
Yeah, I guess I can give you that.
I'm not coming in all angry at SmackDown today.
It's going to take a while before I'm okay with them having the same stipulations. And if 2 out of 3 falls is like a basic thing now, fine. But if you're going to treat it like it's a gimmick, you can't have more than one of them in a night.
I'm with you. All right, Joe, I'm going to play us off. I will remind everyone I'm off next week, so there won't be any episodes. So unless we decide to do like a week-long recap on Monday, you'll see me early on Tuesday the 9th, I believe it is.
And I have a feeling that will all depend on what Bray Wyatt does next week.
That could be. Maybe Monday the 8th we'll be able to give you a recap of the week.
Yeah.
In the meantime, have a great 4th of July, everybody. We'll see you in a week and a half.
Count your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We come back from the 4th. Keep those fingers.